Yo, yo, already, you know it, POE the gang. I ain't putting enough energy behind that, but it's cool, man. I'm definitely, I'm outside getting grounded. You know what I'm saying? We getting our next boy on. I can't tell y'all where I'm at. That's an exclusive location. You feel me? If you know, you know, but it's an exclusive location. Yo, what's good? Peace to the common ground. Peace to the common ground. Excited for this show next Saturday. Tap in, tap in. If you're an artist, you know, if you just want to see some dope art, tap in, tap in, tap in. Just waiting for some more folks to pop in here, man. Hope y'all having a good day or night. Oh man, I hope I don't disturb this lady, please. She There you go. Yeah, so we definitely. Okay. Um. So yeah, guys. If you saw the flyer we posted earlier, this is pretty much a topic about people of color and spirituality. Um, we, regardless of what your particular modality is, you know what you're tuned into, or you know what what you choose to believe. Our the entity as a whole is becoming more aware. Period. Like whether we're more aware of what the bullshit the powers that be are doing, whether we're more aware of ourselves, of what certain agencies are doing, anything of that nature, we're just straight up becoming more aware. So with that being said, you know, we kind of want to just bring these different topics, bring these different viewpoints, kind of bring them all in culmination and see, you know, what could be some possible solutions. Like, you know, if you're in tune, today is the full moon, and the full moon is in Aries. Aries is definitely a action planet. Not action planet, but an action sign. The energy I'm getting from the full moon is, what are you going to do about it? Like, we we see all these things that are going on, and because of things like Instagram, you know, we're all tuned into, oh, this is happening, that's happening, planet is doing this, cops are doing that, government mandating this, people in our community doing that. Like, what are you going to do about it? If issues are coming up for you, what are you going to do to cultivate something differently? Are you doing the work? And work may not necessarily be like hard manual labor. It may just be, you know, changing your mindset. It may be just tuning into your gifts, what you're aligned to, right? What you're called to do. That's really what I'm feeling is like, what have you been called to do? And it might be on the other side of whatever you're afraid of. But if you're called to, and get it done. Get it done. Um, so I guess the first thing we're really going to start with is just the state of where are people now, both those who are awakened and those who are kind of unawakened. Um, I feel like um, both myself and Keke, you know, we pretty much work with our people on hand as far as helping them with spiritual healing, giving read things of that nature, and even just being people of color ourselves, just kind of seeing what we've had to even work through to even bring you this type of conversation, right? So, to Keke, I'm a pass the torch, and you know, just kind of talk about what it's been like um, talking with our people who aren't necessarily privy to all the information that we're privy to.
Okay, so basically, I like to think of it like this: it's always something that starts it, right? So when we were talking about action and stuff like that, in comparison, I would say it's always something subtle that brings you out. You know what I'm saying? So it starts with, like, if you're uncomfortable, any type of discomfort. You're not comfortable with your money. You're not comfortable with, the way life is going. You're not comfortable with what you're seeing. it makes you first go within. Okay, well, why is this job not working? Why is this relationship not working? Why is, why am I having this issue with a family dynamic? Why does this thing trigger me? You know, um, I think one of the strongest reasons on why we have such a disparity on who is aware and who's, becoming aware. And I like to say becoming because we all gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? So, is definitely because the access to help, access to therapy, access to freely actually be who we are. You know, most times when we think of art class, we think of second grade. You know what I'm saying? Especially people where I'm from. Shout out to Jersey. But seriously, art class was over by second or third grade. After that, for the most part, that's just a fill-in. They don't put any actually put substance in it, support us, and hey, let's build this, let's do this. Even the award shows and just standing behind us building sculptures and things like that. So I definitely feel like with coming from one side to another, going back to the things that we weren't able to solidify. We weren't able to actually have conversations with our parents. We might not have been able to create freely. We had to work. You know what I'm saying? We had to work. We had to go to school. We were basically put into place. So if we had a choice to place ourselves somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Who says I don't want to go live in the middle of the woods? Who says? Who says I don't want to? I don't want to go to college. Who says I don't? That was such a taboo type of statement or a taboo type of lifestyle, especially 2 decades back, 3 decades back. So for us to quote unquote fight for freedom and then end up in a spot where we can't even choose our partners. We're living with somebody for survival reasons. We're putting up with things with a partner because it's a safe bet. You know what I'm saying? Now we're in the era where it's okay to wake up. It's okay to watch that movie where the lady cheated, but she realized that this man was more what she wanted. It's okay to realize that this woman didn't have a nice conversation with her child, but her child still love her. You know what I'm saying? Like there are some deep things that are going on, but because we couldn't interact with it, like I said, I feel like, in therapy, while we were after tennis and after soccer, all of us wasn't privy to certain things, right? So now we grown, we watching these movies, we watching Tyler Perry, and we can't figure out what the hell we crying for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's the trauma. We're watching ourselves go through trauma. We're watching another mirror of things that we went through that have not been addressed. And the most important part is addressing it. Once we address it, then it's a certain amount of freedom you're given. So I'm just grateful for that. Definitely gratitude, for the freedom and helping people get to that freedom. Helping people say, you know what, I'm confused. I commend you for speaking up that you're confused. I commend you for saying that, hey, this don't feel good. This job I really, really know pays me enough does not feel good to my heart. And that's okay. That takes a lot of courage to admit.
Yeah, you kind of hit on pretty much all the points. And the in summary, man, it's just survival mode. This society has conditioned us to simply only worry about our survival. We're never taught to thrive. We're always like, whenever you look at people of prominence or people that are in business or things of that nature, it's always about a come up, a come up. Oh, I'm trying to get to a place. I'm like, it's almost like we're always fighting some type of uphill battle, or whether it's emotionally, spiritually, like you said, these traumas, right? Even in my family, right? There's so much traumatic experience that happened that they all just push to the side, push to the surface, don't even speak about. If I can get a little personal, my great grandmother transitioned recently, and there was a lot of argument over who would maintain ownership of her property. And the thing is, like, like, it started to splinter our family dynamic because everyone I want to do this, I want to do that, or I deserve this, I deserve that. People moving sneakily, people just like and especially it was during Mercury retrograde, you know what I mean? So all this other stuff that was repressed is now just coming to the surface, and it's just like, this is you're seeing people's true colors, and it's not necessarily their fault per se. It might be their responsibility to do the work on these things, but the reality is that these stem from issues that came long before them. This came from the slavery mentality, things such as the Willie Lynch theory, being conditioned to be docile, right? Especially as Black men, they teach us to be docile, right? They don't really teach us to own our power. They kind of make us like, if we're being too forward or being too like, and black women can kind of say the same thing as well. If we're being too forward, too loud, if we're speaking, we're taught to like, oh, you gotta relax, you gotta chill, like, oh, you two, this, that, you're ratchet, you're ghetto. But it's the truth. Like, and even the term ghetto, right? They try to say like, oh, black people are ghetto this, or we ratchet that. But though the word ghetto is just the name for a type of neighborhood that is impoverished.
And may I say, the neighborhood that they particularly set up, to house us, almost like hamsters, you know what I'm saying? So that part really, it's that's why a lot of times, and a lot of my clients so far will tell you, I tell people, don't look at the word, look at the definition. If the English language was made up, right? And it's a word. So if I'm not born racist, I'm not born any of these things, right? And you tell me that this chair is a bar, and all my life I say, you ready to go to the bar? And then I go sit down. You can't be mad at me because all I was taught is this is a bar. You understand where I'm coming from? That word doesn't have the same meaning to you and I. So when people talk about freedom, when people are talking about, energy, you know what I'm saying? Oh, your energy is off. No, you don't like this aggressive and assertive tone, but my energy is telling you, you will respect me. My energy is saying that I'm fed up. That's what my energy is saying. But if you don't say it the way that they taught you to say it, then it causes an issue sometimes. So it's very liberating to actually not have restrictions on what to wear or how to wear your hair. One of these days somebody is going to be in somebody's hospital or somebody's nursing room, because I already feel it, and they're going to be looking at their nails like, damn, I want to get this long pretty set of nails, and but I don't want them to call me ghetto. And one day you won't care. One day you will not care what they say about those pretty long nails, because if not, the next week they're going to mock it anyway because Vogue said do it. So Diana Ross's fro is just now coming into style, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we go through so many trends and so many trend setting layers of leadership. It's hard to stand your own, but I commend anybody that's walking a different path, anybody that's taking upon themselves to keep pushing forward. Like, you know what, this don't sound right, question it. Okay, what's up? You got questions? Let's figure it out together.
Exactly. Like, you know we're moving into a phase now where being unique is the in thing, but the plot twist is that it's always been the it thing. Like, all the people that you would consider, that you admire, or trendsetters like that. Look at somebody like Kanye West. Drastically different. Whether you like him or not, he stands out.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, a Drake, right? Even though we can argue anyone's intentions, whatever, but
Right.
still the thing. Like, they're unique. Like, somebody like Wayne, unique. Somebody like a Young Thug, unique. Like, and anyone who's not deemed as unique or who just copies the mold, they're usually thrown to the side, or they're here today, gone tomorrow. Like, so it's the people that are unique and stand in that uniqueness that are always going to continue to have success. Um, I guess we can kind of flip it more to those who are aware. We've just been, um, we've had the ability to just stand out. I mean, and even when we tried to fit in, it never felt comfortable. Like, as we continued to grow, we was like, you know what, man, forget all of this, like trying to copy this person and that trend and that hairstyle. Like, that doesn't serve that doesn't serve me. That doesn't feel right. So we came to a point where it was like, man, we gotta break free of these molds. Like, and that's really what is starting to drive. It's not allowing us to be free. And for me, that freedom is about freedom of expression, the freedom to do what you want, where you want, how you want it. Yo, listen, I don't care if you got, I ain't gonna lie, I call them dragon claws. Please don't hurt any. If you got long nails, please don't fight me. Um,
Excuse me. I don't
yo,
even.
yo, like, I don't care if you natural, if you choose to do your hair. I have my own preferences, but I'm not gonna stop you from being yourself. Like, be who you want to be. We're literally on this earth so that we can see different versions of ourselves. If everybody looked the same, how you gonna know who you are? You know what I'm saying? So it's our job as those who are awakened, those who are aware of themselves, to not only break generational curses which come from these traumas, and walk in our own unique power, but also, just when we walk in our unique power, we also get unique gifts, and those gifts actually inspire others to be their authentic selves. That's actually the point of The Art of Inspiration, The Highest Human Act, my book. The whole point is to pose these questions so you can come up with your own unique conclusion, and then express yourself from that unique conclusion. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, if you're acting the same as the person next to you, there's
Mm-hmm.
like, if everyone's listening to the same type of music, how are you going to explore any type of new music? If everyone has the same healing modality, if everyone reads tarot and reads it in the same way, how are you going to distinguish who's really giving you the message? If everyone talks the same or thinks the same, how is anyone going to have any unique thoughts? Because it's the
I
inner
want
of society. Like,
to throw something in there because I was sitting here thinking about that, and I want to challenge people that consider themselves aware. You know what I'm saying, like us, to when you see a trend happening, instead of jumping on a trend or benefiting from the trend, see where it started. See who trickled down this information to our people, so we whether we acting a fool or not, you know what I'm saying, whatever the trend may be, whether you agree with it or not, but just see where it come from. Because instead of just consider the source, you know what I'm saying, like people quick to follow, but we pride ourselves on not being followers. So that's something you got to take accountability for. It's not just jumping on some shit because it's popping. Like, there's no reason I'm just gonna get on the internet and start doing what another girl's doing with her hair, because I don't know what sis went through. Sis might have had to, shave her hair because she got some gum in her hair. But meanwhile, I'm like, I gotta rock this shortcut, but my face don't fit that. If it don't fit, don't force it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to try to make something, you know, from something you don't even know where it comes from. Where versus your business, your books, those things come from our souls. You know what I'm saying? My power and my choices to help Black women, to help our people, is definitely based on our people, based on what I see our people go through, what I see how strong our people are if we just had a little bit of help. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. I think you muted. Hold on.
I am muted because I ain't want to, because I know, when you talk at the same time, and there's the disrupting thingy. But my whole, now I guess we're kind of, we're walking down the line of really where we are right now. Uh, what do you think would be what are some ways that you think, um, the unaware, what can we do just as a collective to create space for those people who aren't necessarily in tune, because you know um I find that, when I go to, um for lack of a better phrase, uh we're going to say Caucasian for the sake of the conversation. When I go to Caucasian spiritual spaces, I find that what I do is so easily accepted. It's like, oh wow, boom, this is dope, this is cool, I love, you know what I'm saying, I love the perspective, all of that. But when I sometimes go around people of color, if they're not already awakened, it's almost uh, they start to draw back a little bit, almost like a fear of the unknown. Or, I had one guy tell me, I'm afraid to get read because I have a lot of demons. And I'm like, bro, that's the point. We want to bring these things to the surface so we can help you heal that shit, my guy. These things, anything that stays, energy is supposed to flow. We live in a reality where everything goes, it just comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. So if you keep emotions tracked, if you keep memories tracked, if you don't release these things, they will come back to haunt you. They will continue to create the reality around you. So it's our job to help release these things. And you know um I really wanted to, especially recently, I've been, attempting to create the space for, people who are in tune to hip hop music and hip hop culture, and show them, okay, this stuff is actually spiritual. This is why. This is how you.
So
life, right? So, um, what are some things we can do to, as a, people who are more aware to create more space, like, what, in your opinion?
Okay, so first, I do want to address, like you said, you can go to one community and be accepted. And I do understand that, only because, like I was explaining, when fifth grade happened, you know what I'm saying? And we were in these public schools trying to figure out if we got enough books to go around and if the book is not colored in and, if the water's going to work today and certain shit that we saw in school. Or I did definitely. I grew up north. So my upbringing is definitely different. But Chicago here, Miami, you know what I'm saying? North Carolina, you take your pick. It's always something. So to grow up with different worries versus, your parents already paid for all your worries. You know what I'm saying? And of course money is not the solve all, but money definitely is a tool. So our parents were working to achieve or obtain some tools while these parents already had these tools. These children are already exposed to these things a lot sooner. So I have much gratitude. My mom definitely put me into ballet, jazz, and I think I did tap too. You know what I'm saying? But if those programs are harder to get to, which means it took me 45 minutes to drive up there, then that means the 30 other people that have to catch the bus can't even get to it. So now, 20 years later, this is not Kelsey's first time talking to you about yoga. This is her fourth or fifth time because she's been trained and already knows that this is acceptable, that this is positive. The issue there is the knowledge, the lack of knowledge on our part. You know what I'm saying? Where this was our information to begin with. This is stuff that we taught. You know what I'm saying? To bring closure and oneness. But I have this joke where I say, if I was a slave master, if I had a slave that did voodoo, I'd be scared too. So if we are afraid of our own power because we don't know, we were shown it. You know what I'm saying? They hid it from us. So now we're figuring out, hey, this might not be a sin. This might not be an issue. You remember when we were younger, everything was a sin. Kissing was a sin. Cussing was a sin. This was a sin. I was like, damn, God is uptight. But
I'm
now,
like, so I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and like literally, I remember my grandma like, "This is the devil," and throwing the Yu-Gi-Oh cards away. Like, I, I have a friend who's Puerto Rican and Dominican. They had tarot cards around, but like they also grew up in the church. So if they had, what I'm saying, they saw the cards, it was like, nah, that's blasphemy or whatever like that. Like, all these things were seen as taboo. And then as we continue to grow in awareness, you're like, wait, divination is literally in the Bible. Like, they use all forms of divination, the same things we do right now. And yeah, like,
so with the second part of that, like you said, what tools and what ways can we help to help bridge the gap, or like help bring them in, give information, support our people. I strongly believe the best way to support is not to force. That's the first thing. I've definitely learned, you know what I'm saying? The same way people take politics serious, which you and I, we understand. However, you respect people's differences, but you don't have to agree. So the first step is just to respect people's differences. Okay, I do understand that right now, this is all you know. This is what feels real to you, and this is what feels comfortable to you. So that's understood. I'm not going to belittle you for that. I'm going to respect my fellow counterpart, because that's what my soul lesson is, to make sure I'm respecting my peers. The next step is to offer support. So I believe in, learning better ways to eat, and all that good stuff. So I've kind of transformed myself to a partial vegan, you know what I'm saying? So growing plants, showing a person and teaching a person, hey, listen, I'm growing my own plants because I learned that these pesticides are in these fruits and vegetables. That's a start. I know it doesn't seem like much, but that's a start, because you're speaking on things that are going into your being, which are also, giving you things to radiate energy. So if the things that are going in my body are a lot more, I'm being more conscious of it. It might make you think twice about the things you're putting in your body, or maybe consider, let me learn what's going into my body. Did you want to kind of bounce one?
yeah, that's pretty much uh, where kind of the gap lies, because they look at these things, and we look at these things and feel like they don't bring any value to us. We've always taught that, oh, the value is in money and doing some work to make some money, or finding a way to get the bag or something like that. When I had a saying that I said with one of my good brothers. I was like, uh, if you eat good, you feel good. If you feel good, you make good money. Like, So, you know, taking care of your body, taking care of your mental state is ultimately going to help you make money. So, like, if you can program yourself to feel good every day you wake up, bro, you going to get a bag, like, because you feel great. So, obviously, you're going to go and do what it is you do and pursue whatever you want to do and make money, right? So, really, like, helping our people understand that these things have actual use, that they can tangibly apply these things and see the difference, right? This kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about, you know, showing people. It's like, example, good brother of mine, great friend, played basketball with him all the time. You know, although there's a weight difference and a little bit of a height difference, he's always tired. And I always ask him, like, what are you eating? Like, what are you doing? Like, and he's like, oh, you know, that whatever, he brushes it off. And, you know, this will be a day when we're like, I'm fasting, you know what I mean? So literally I haven't eaten anything at all, when we're traditionally trained to, like, oh, since he didn't eat, oh, he's going to be real tired. I feel like this and this. But, you know, even today, fasting, still got up, did what I was supposed to do, you know what I mean? Exercised a little bit, like, so it's really helping our people see the benefits of all these things, like seeing the benefits of growing your own food or eating more plant-based, seeing the benefits of meditation or getting energy work done, things of that nature, seeing the benefits of honoring that which came before you, which is really all our ancestors are. You just like, you honor we honor our ancestors all the time. It's like, man, my grandma's on my arm right here, my great granddad's like right here, like, you know what I'm saying? We're already honoring our ancestors. Once we like the it comes up, man, but perception, like, it's really just like how we're viewing these things. Like, if we knew that hip hop music was actually magic, that these guys are chanting mantras into our head every time they rap bars over a beat, like that they're literally hypnotizing and programming us every time they make music over a beat, we'd be more mindful of the music that we listen to. Like, that's no that you know, that's why people, old heads, always say, like, yo, the music is doing such and such to the kids, like, this is what these kids is listening to. And like, yeah, that's a fact. If they're listening to violent music, like, what are they going to become? Because it's literally saying, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, like, and next thing you know, violent things happen. You know, you've seen it. Literally any rapper who has passed away unexpectedly, it's been because of that same programming. Like, these have been rappers who, like, I'll give you the example I always use is Lil Wayne. Like, what does Lil Wayne talk about? Guns, drugs, and girls. Look at his entire life and tell me that has not played his entire career. Some type of drugs, whether he's been on them or dealt them or whatever. Girls of any kind. I'm pretty sure he has like 2 or 3 baby mamas, whatever, like that. And then, of course, like, gang affiliations, always having guns, you know, going to jail, things of that nature. Like, if you look at somebody like, I mean, these artists literally are who they rap about. So, you know what I'm saying? Or if they aren't already, they end up becoming it, or end up in a situation where that reality gets tested. So, like, to
I
certain,
want to.
yeah, go ahead.
I would love to speak on Lil Wayne specifically, real quick. Um, I love Lil Wayne, by the way. But one thing I learned to respect, especially growing up where I grew up, is you have to respect a walking corpse because it's still walking. It did not lay the fuck down. So I'm not gonna lie. Of course, the stuff certain people rap about, we don't always agree on, or it's not the best, that we would be feeding our children. No, I'm not gonna put a Lil Wayne lollipop on and let my little son dance. That's just not gonna happen, right? However, I do respect the fact that there are certain things that we've had to actually accustom to, and like we talk about, you have to eventually unlearn. So one thing that I noticed that Lil Wayne also said is that I'm a Martian. I'm not like these other ones. I'm on fire. I'm this. And when he said I'm on fire, if you notice, his career actually took off. But you know what I'm saying? So manifestation still happened there. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in a certain environment where you have to join a gang to survive. You know what I'm saying? Where you start selling drugs at 8. That's literally, like I said, you're being taught this an 8 ball. That's just what I was taught. I don't know that an 8 ball is something that's toxic that the white man put into the community in the 80s and is gonna kill my peace. But you know what I'm saying? So I try my best, like I said, not to judge. However, still continuing to walk a path. still continuing to make seeds. So now his seeds, you know, thank God, have different mothers, have people that can guide them differently. So they not going, you know, they may not do the same things as him, and they're part of a generation that's supposed to save us. So at the end of the day, even though, you know, you got to deal with these spells and XYZ, hopefully his children to show him like, look, daddy, this is what matters. You know what I'm saying? This, you know, we appreciate what you did. We understand that this is, you had no choice. Because I love to refer to back to our ancestors that were in slavery. At a certain point, you know what I'm saying, we weren't doing certain things. We were, you know, we weren't unable to do certain things. Now we're able, you know. He has all the money. He has release from the contract. He don't have to run in the gang no more. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that now survival is not based on. And maybe now you can get that therapy. Maybe now you can get that help instead of singing about, you know, the drink. But they do understand that drink is addictive. You get where I'm coming from?
No, 100%. Because, you know, even with me saying that, right, you have to realize what you don't want to realize what you do want. So we still have to be thankful that that reflection is being shown to us. Like, if we didn't see someone such as a Wayne and grow up and then unlearn and relearn what was really proper for us, then in a sense, we have to still somehow be thankful that we saw that. And I mean, I'm be honest, yo, Wayne was one of my favorite rappers growing up. Like, I thought the man was the GOAT. Like, I was like, yo, the punchlines, like, No Ceilings is still a fire mixtape. Like, you know what I'm saying? And even still, like, you know, we learned to transmute certain, like, I still got a couple Drake songs that I listen to. I still got a couple Lil Wayne songs I listen to. Like, there are prominent figures that I will listen to particular songs, but as far as the overall, you know, we have an understanding. But really, man, it's just going back to the original point of just showing our people. Karos once said this, and after he said this, I was like, all right, this is kind of powerful. So he said, America is one of the only places in the world where you have a liquor store and a library on the same corner, and you choose which one you want to go to. So overall, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It is really presenting the choice. Like, even in the Matrix, you know, a lot of people, you know, talk about the Matrix or call this the Matrix, whatever like that. Morpheus does what? Red pill, blue pill. He tells you which one is what. All he promises is when you take the red pill, you're going to see the truth. You can either choose to be comfortable or see the truth. So all we can do is really present the choices and, you know, leave it up to people and what they want. Like, you know, let them process it. And, you know, we live in a reality of free will. So ultimately it's their choice anyway. So, you know, if we can do our best to present the information, be when we present the information and actually show the value of the information or the knowledge per se, I think that we can kind of start to bridge that gap. Let me see. I think we pretty much hit everything. I told you it wasn't going to be super duper long, but like it was kind of still a little long. But, you know, I think we pretty much hit all the points that, you know, we really wanted to. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything you feel led to tell the people?
Yeah,
Nature?
definitely. I just definitely want to, like I said, I'm okay. So I'm gonna be real honest. It's always gonna be a few different type of listeners, right? You're gonna have the listeners that hear exactly what you say and take it word for word, and then you're gonna have the listeners that's listening, but they're already triggered. They're already waiting for you to say the wrong word, right? So I'm just gonna make sure I say it another way because you said the KRS one about the library and the liquor store. Okay, so once again, the options. Take me up to the suburbs and show me where the library is and where the liquor store is, and show me the distance. Show me where the check cashing is. Show me oh, it's not none. Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So we do have to actually offer a little bit of sensitivity just to our people. I think that's what we do. I really do feel like that's one of the reasons why I like working with you is it's a certain sensitivity that we offer, and also creativity, like with you and your music, with you and you know, building with certain clients. Just putting that time and investment in, like you said, is showing them the value. It's showing them the value of you as a man, me as a woman. Hey, listen, let me show you. You know what I'm saying? I've been through some things too, but hey, guess what? I'm still able to elevate. We're able to elevate together. Let's show you how this is possible versus, you know, what was given to you on what was given to you on what wasn't possible, you know, to go around. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, I'm sorry, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I know you are too. So we can reach out and touch some people and actually offer them some information when they are ready. But yeah, I definitely feel like we got a lot of positive, things coming, and our people are waking aware, making themselves aware. You know.
And yeah, you're right. Showing people that that, and I've always prided myself on that is like looking at where I come from, and then even where I am now. Even though you know, I have a ways to go. I'm still in the learning process. I still have a lot of things I have to work through. But just showing people like what is actually possible when you have based on a certain number of resources, right? And yeah, like just it's not impossible, you know. It's really just you. We're literally masters of this. Like literally taking what we have and still making something out of nothing. Like when there's a will, there's a way. You know, somehow like if you really grew up in the hood, like you know, they make like $100 stretch. Like somehow they put it here, 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 and still have food for you on the table at night. You like, how the hell did they? What did I miss? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's really just showing our people what's really possible, and like you said, um, going back to creating that space for them, like, you know, being supportive, being there every step of the way. Um, Yeah, like slow and steady wins the race, y'all. This is not something that's gonna happen overnight. This is not something that's gonna be immediate. It's not something that's gonna just well, it can. Miracles happen, right? Miracles do happen. We
True.
hear that, shoot, there's a will, there's a way, bro. Like, um, and it just takes discipline in order to do that. So, um, we're here to help you cultivate the discipline. Here to support you in any way that we can. Yo, a simple yo, share. If nothing else, I'm gonna share your business, share your music, uplift you. Like, yo, hey, you could possibly share ideas, like network, talk, and literally anything I can do to help you be your best version. And then we just go from there. The only way we're gonna get where we deserve to be is together and being united and you know taking these diligent steps like together as a people. So. Um, Yo, if there's nothing else, that's pretty much all I got. As you guys know, your boy's an artist, poet. I do a whole bunch of shit. Okay. So just head to the website, perceptionovereverything.com. You'll see the book, merch. I have a blog I just started. I'll be posting on YouTube as well. This will be also saved on YouTube. So if you missed it, we'll definitely have that posted for you. Um, we have a show October 30th at Common Ground. That's going to be an exciting show, man. Great love, great energy. There's a great artist, Nature Boy Q. He just dropped a single, so definitely tune into that. Um, and yeah, we're just, if you're watching this and I've already contacted you, man, we're going to continue to network. If you have not ever met somebody like me a day in your life, I encourage you just to reach out. The line is always open. I'm always looking to help, build, grow. Um, and as long as you're willing to help yourself, I'm willing to help you, right? So, and we create the space so that you can help yourself. So,
All right, y'all, and I'm definitely doing readings. I'm definitely coming with some protection sauce for y'all soon. Y'all hit up Nate on YouTube. I'm on Instagram at Virgo_motivation. I'm Keke or Miss Wilson, But thank you, Nate, for the time today. Thank you, and we'll definitely be doing this again soon. I think it sound out.